Hi, welcome to Marketing Teardowns. Today we are going to be looking at the website for the Influencer League. The Influencer League is a fascinating brand that I've been following for a little bit over a year. It's really interesting. The founder of it is named Brittany Bright. She started it in October of 2019, and she started on Twitter on October of 2019. And the business to start out was just a Twitter account. So I think for a lot of us, we feel like we have to have all of the things. And this has been really fascinating to see a brand start really from scratch and grow dramatically in an organic way. And so we're going to dig into what she's doing that is working so well, how her website positions her business for people to really think of it in a way that is like high level, in a way that really frames the value of what they're providing at the Influencer League in a way that works beautifully for the brand and also really provides tremendous value for the customers and the clients. So I'm really excited to dig into this today with you. As of always, we're going to talk about all the actionable strategies that you can use and apply to your own business. So I had to actually dig to find the name of the business owner for this brand. It's really fascinating. So she runs Fortune 500 influencer campaigns, and she also works with small businesses. And the Influencer League is her more B2C, so like business to customer facing side of things, where people can come and learn from her directly. You don't have to be a large business to be able to work with her. First of all, look at all of the tremendous video that's around me. We're going to really dive into this, but it's neat to know. So she started her brand on Twitter only in October of 2019. As of March 2020, her website was just a landing page, just like image, sign up for email updates soon here. And then just in the last couple of months after that, this website presence has been made public. So on Twitter, she was sharing really, really hyper-specific, useful posts. This is all about becoming an influencer. So some of the useful posts that she was creating were things about influencer pay. So somebody says, like, is it possible to get a brand deal with less than 500 followers? And she's saying, here you go. This is what my client set the budget to. Here's what it's like for nano influencers. So she's speaking so specifically to exactly what her ideal customers are wanting to know. We've got another one here. She's going in and she offers just saying it says like this tweet and drop your IG if you'd like a free IG audit. Oh my gosh, right? You get an absolute professional's eyes on your work. So this is it's such a neat opportunity for it's in exchange for such minimal interaction, just a like. And then she goes through and would give a feedback to some of the people, from not everybody, but some of the people who did this. And you can see from getting those likes, she's gaming this so that it makes it easy for other people's followers to see that they're liking this tweet. So really knowing how to, in a minimal way, minimal effort for her people, be able to game this so that she's working with engagement, working with algorithms instead of feeling like they're working against her. Finally, she shares another thing too that she does beautifully is she shares really concrete growth numbers. So she talks about her client's Instagram growth for one specific client. This is the most bare bones case study. I absolutely adore this. She says, here is on May 17th, this is how many they had. This is how many they had in November. This is what their average monthly growth was. And then just very specifically says, what does that look like for you? How are you measuring it? This has 14 retweets, 162 likes. Like, it really gives you a sense of, and this is very early days for the brand, but really gives you a sense of why people were so fascinated by this. She's speaking in really concrete numbers and really breaking it down on what's happening behind the scenes. Not in a way where she's teaching step by step by step by step, though she does that too every now and then, but she's speaking to specific numbers that just are the things that most people don't speak to at all. So you could see why her account has taken off so much. You can take a look at how it's taken off. So yeah, just joined Twitter in July 2019 and already has over 14.5 thousand followers in literally under a year of working on that. So it's pretty amazing. So the things that I want to draw your attention to that are going to be useful to you is around the websites. This is what the Influencer League looks like over on Instagram. Again, not a zillion people following her, but it looks so beautiful. It looks so high quality. She's got a very branded, polished presence. Really, really on brand. You get a sense of the vibe of her entire brand. All right, so let's take a look over at her website, or over the website, the Influencer League. One of the things that I think is so amazing about this is right away, we know it says, welcome to the Influencer League. It's an Ivy League institution for influencers. Now, immediately, no matter how much exposure you've had to this business up until now, you know what this business does and who it helps and how. Like an Ivy League institution, I know I'm going to be learning. So this gives you a sense immediately of exactly what it is that they're doing. There's no questions here. This is a beautifully succinct value proposition, really, where it's sharing exactly how they help and how they help and who, and it's communicating high value and being part of something, right? Ivy League institution for influencers. Even the visuals here, we're seeing people together going out, taking video of each other. It's so clear that this isn't stock photo. This is people going out on a brand shoot, looking at doing shoots for Instagram. Look at how close they're standing. Oh, what they didn't know. Then we've got over up here, I'm just taking a quick look here, enroll. Ooh, right? Like, oh, that makes me think I could enroll in this Ivy League. That's very exciting. I've got work with us, admissions, blog, case study. So I'm already thinking like admissions, case studies. I'm going to see results. I know I can actually like join in here, and this is something that I could be a part of, but it has me thinking about it has me thinking in terms of this Ivy League language. So I'm thinking of, we see the phrases like Ivy League. She talks about student life, talks about matriculation even later on here. Like just beautiful. I love as well, you can take a look here, like it's so high value, so couched inside of this framing of it's just like an Ivy League school. So you've got membership, admissions, which is a membership, tutoring, which is services, and then blog for tips. So we're, again, framing it inside of this language of Ivy League and high value education, but doing it in a way where we can understand exactly what it is that they're looking at. So it's not too clever. It's not so cute that it's difficult to understand. So in case we don't know what admissions means, it says very specifically right there. And then here, 3 levels of curriculum for you to choose from. And then services. Okay, so you can get one-on-one sessions available. So really makes it easy for you to understand exactly what's going on here. The neat thing here too is it's, again, talking about the Influencer League. It's using we language, really clear content, but talking about, and here, a prospective student or a notable alum, sign up for the Influencer League's newsletter. I'm still not seeing anything about the individual person who's creating it. Like, here's an image of her, but I don't actually see, I don't see Brittany's name anywhere, and it's not anywhere on the website. Let me see. You know, I had to kind of actually guess that that was her. We've got student spotlight. So really talking about the specifics of what's happening for the students. And here saying, again, from 300 likes to 1,200, I've been able to pay a portion of my rent with the income between $700 and $900. You know, really, despite having less than 10,000 people on Instagram, it's so neat just to be able to see those specifics that are going to really jump out to the ideal people. The thing that I want to draw your attention to here is really just that this level of polish and the lack of emphasis on an individual person who's behind it, framing it as Ivy League, it's really clear that this isn't a personal brand. You know, this is high polish, high value, and it's an institution. So it really kind of sets your expectation in a different way than if you're working with an individual. There's no question that this is not like a freelancey kind of a situation. This is something bigger. The other thing, just in terms of visual branding and how beautifully it positions them, is that we've got just so many people of color, so many Black people on here. It's just fabulous. It's such gorgeous, specific photography, really representing people who are going to be like so excited. Like if I'm a person of color, if I'm a Black person, I come to this site and I want to be an influencer and I just do not know how to get there. And I'm not seeing myself represented in like other media and on other people's pages. If I'm looking at all these teachers and I just am really feeling like nobody, like, I don't know that they're really actually going to be for me. I don't know that they're not going to be like pulling all kinds of other levers that I don't have access to. Like, I take a look at this and I can feel like, oh my God, like they really get me. They really understand who I'm at. And the representation isn't surface level. Even just the video up at the top here, like it's so clear that this is real video that they've taken. It's not stock. It just really sends that message of that like real deep investment in actually knowing who their ideal customers are, and that they've gone to that next level to create that next level experience. It sets an expectation that I'm going to receive that back in a whole bunch of ways on the back end of this. All right, let's talk a little bit about the pricing. So if we go over to admissions, I'm thinking about Ivy League prices. I'm thinking about tuition costs. So immediately I'm thinking in terms of this whole other pay scale, this whole other investment scale. And then when I scroll down here, let's take a look. Oh my gosh, right? So we've got prep, honors, and advanced placement. And whoops. I mean, the cost for it, the investment is so reasonable. It's immediately I go, oh my gosh, right? Like it's only $10 a month. It's only $20 a month. It's only $30 a month. And that's because they have chosen who I am comparing them to. So I'm thinking in terms of Ivy League when I come here because they have framed that for me. I'm not thinking in terms of, well, you know, what do other courses about being an Instagram influencer cost? I'm not price comparing to other people. I'm price comparing to Ivy League level education on some subliminal level, even if I know that I'm getting, influencer workbooks, even if I know that that's what I'm getting. So it really has set the tone for us and helps their ideal clients to be thinking about them in a way that really frames the value of what they're providing in a just kind of an astonishing way. We've got here also a neat thing about this is if we scroll on down. So this is showing showing all about the different offers, but I think in the shop, this is another neat thing. So it translates beyond just the service or the membership. Down here, we've got the textbook. So they are selling a physical and digital textbook. So you can buy both of them together for $174.99, or you could get the influencer physical textbook for a savings from $200 US down to $154.99. Like, for a book, for a probably maybe printed through Amazon kind of a book, right? So a self-published, no matter how great it is, I mean, the cost on these tend to be around $5. So this is pretty incredible. Like, you don't see these prices for, for PDFs, for, content like this really a lot anymore. This is something that maybe you could have done in, let's say, like 2011, when people were selling PDFs for this much. Like, even the digital version here, it's $154.99 for just the PDF of the the textbook. Pretty astonishing. And again, it's because of that phrasing around being an Ivy League level institution, and it's the phrasing of textbook. Like, it has us thinking about what a textbook would cost if we were buying that for university. Pretty neat. So finally, I'd love to talk about like what it is that you can do, how you can put this to use for your business. I'm going to go over to another page just so you can get another beautiful page to look at. The lessons that I would want for you to think about are to really choose who it is that you're being compared to. So we've got to know that we are being compared to something in our customers' minds, in our clients' minds, in the minds of potential buyers. We are always being compared to somebody or something. So, if we let other people decide, they're going to choose. They're going to choose for us. We don't get a say on the matter. What I love about the Influencer League is that they have put a stake down in the ground, and they're saying we are the Ivy League for influencers. It makes it so clear who it is that I should be comparing them to. So if you haven't yet, if you don't know who you're going to compare yourself to, we want to just start thinking about it. So you can do a little bit of a brainstorm and think about who or what do you want your business compared to? How can you tell a story? It doesn't have to be, this isn't the entire brand is wrapped around this idea. So we don't need to go back to the drawing board, burn everything down, and then start over for your business. But if you can take a moment, brainstorm a little bit, and think about what are your people thinking about? If they're thinking about choosing between you and something else, what is that? Who else is that? What does that exactly look like for them? And then can you tell a story or add a comparison? It can be on your homepage. It can be on your sales page. It can be on your social media. Just every now and then that you are the one who's framing that comparison. A really great example would be one of my close friends. She just added to her sales page. She was trying to give context for what working with her on a day, like a VIP day, was like. And she shared that working with her through digital strategy is like working with a company like Blue Apron. They break down everything into perfect steps. You get exactly what you need. You know exactly how to put it together, and at the end of it, you get a beautiful result that you wouldn't have been able to get just on your own. It can be that kind of a metaphor for explaining the way that you work. It can be around something even a lot larger, like they've done here. But give familiar frame of reference for your potential buyers, so that they know who they should be comparing you to and how they should be thinking about you. Don't let them decide. Get there before them. The second thing would be to know what the top questions your customers have is. So what's really frustrating them right now? What are practical next steps that they are Googling and working up the courage to ask somebody about? I think that is such an amazing, beautiful example of this through those early Twitter posts. That's the word I'm looking for, posts, where they were able to, put out the specifics, talk about income, talk about what follower growth looks like. I mean, those are the things that influencers don't want to ask other influencers. Those are the things where they're looking at other people's numbers and going, how are they gaining? How are they gaining that many people on a month by month basis? it can be those basics. But if you know that your people are really hungry for that information, they're hungry for those numbers, they're curious about what that looks like, whatever that is for them, those are the things that you can start to highlight and start to get creative around highlighting for them. You can start to look for those and ask questions that will get you those answers from happy customers in your testimonials. And they're things that you can start to highlight on your website, highlight in your social media, all of the good things. I mean, the big thing really is around knowing what those are and then just providing that value in public. We want the outside of your business to look as much like the inside of your business as possible. So start providing that value, really be specific around answering those top questions that your people have. It doesn't have to be in a way where you're teaching them how to do all of the things. Just help them see that you're speaking the language, that you have that insider's backstage perspective on the things that they want to have solved. Thank you so much. I'll leave it here because clearly I could eat this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day, but this has just been so much fun, and I hope that it's been helpful. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I would love to speak to it. Thanks so much.